There we go. All right. Wow. There we are. What an exciting morning this has been. So now we're going to turn it back over to Dr. Coonan to talk about this one right here. I love this product before I go to work out. I take it right with the active eye. So we're curious to know, how does this product really work, Dr. Coonan?
Yes, I really love the product too. I working PM, it's a long day, and my friends, I'm 67, most of them are retired. When we play tennis, they can practice more. And if I leave to the practice from Schengen, I need nearly 1 hour 15 to drive. So around 1 hour before practice, I use my Monogen. And at the end of the practice, they all asked why you can run and we cannot run anymore. So it's because of the Monogen. And the Monogen is a little bit of background. You have to see that Monogen Mind is a name we created because a lot of regulations in the countries are not allowed to say. So we make it something special. Monogen means multi-nitric oxide generator, which is very important topic. And if you look a little bit back in science, and it's about, I think, 1998, there was a Nobel Prize winner, 3 people from the United States, which do something in medical, and they make a medical work about the role of nitric oxide as a messenger molecule in cardiovascular diseases. And, and it was decades of research and this behind. So Nobel Prize winning for this. What is behind nitric oxide? And what are the risk factors for our vessels and special materials? Is a wrong diet, too much fat, too much calories, of course, low physical activity, smoking, and even too much alcohol. Everything is not good. It's risk factors. Besides this, you can do something to create nitric oxide in your body, because you cannot add nitric oxide in a product. It's like a gas, but it's produced in what we call the endothelium of our arteries. This is like, I think it's one of the biggest organs our human body has. It's just a layer on the inside of the vessels, one cell layer. But we have 50,000 kilometers vessel in your body. So it's a really, really, really big organ. And then from the inside layer, in the vessel, you have muscles. The muscles are for the dilatation. And you will see it later again. And so we want to create, to give the body everything it needs to create, to produce in the endothelium nitric oxide, which then goes into the muscles of the vessels and make a dilatation. And if you have more dilatation in an arteria, you have a higher blood flow. So more blood per hour per second, more oxygen, and even a better flow if the vessel is not as open. So it's very perfect. What do you need to create? And this is why we tell it Monogen. We look into science, and we saw in the most studies they're talking just about L-arginine. Some are talking about L-citrulline together with L-arginine. But we found out that even B vitamins and very needed special plant extracts are very helpful and very effective. And I will show you later one really science slide where I shortly explain the pathways. So remember, a lot of people talking only about this here, but the combination, as always, the team is stronger. No, we combined a unistic group of grape polyphenols and apple polyphenols here in our thing. So apple and grape. And also we have a very special nitrate extract from the red spinach, from amaranth. So it's even proven in studies. Now, please, don't be shocked, okay? I keep it easy, but sometimes it's good to see science behind. So what we say, we make the primary pathway and the secondary pathway for nitric oxide production. And if you look, the normal thing is you need L-arginine, and L-arginine needs enos. What is enos? It's very easy. You can remember all the time. It's the endothelial nitric oxide synthetase. Easy word. What it is? It's an enzyme which is produced in our body, and in human body it's easy. If you have a synthetase, it creates something. And nitric oxide synthetase means it's something which increases the production of nitric oxide. And endothelium, there's a place where it happens. So it's easy. It's an enzyme which is located, but the activity of this enzyme is needed to produce nitric oxide. I always explain it in a way like you will build up a wall. You know, you need stones to create a wall. So nitric oxide is the wall. L-arginine are the stones, but then you need workers. And if you want to build up the wall fast, you need a high activity of the workers. And here we could do something more. One time you have this folic acid, which increases the nitric oxide activity. Very important. Even we know that a high homocysteine metabolism decreases the activity. So B6, B12 and folic acid together takes a break away. So it's an activation. Or so if you lower homocysteine, you have higher activity. But that's not all what we did. The next thing what we did for the enos activation is we are looking around and we found a very special combination of grape and apple extracts rich in polyphenols. So there are secondary plant compounds, as I explained, especially here polyphenols, which increase the enos. I will show you in the study really up to 43%. So really nearly 50% more. It's very important. And our body, if you give your body arginine, the body uses the arginine, then there's a recycling from arginine to citrulline. And then, because if you produce nitric oxide, arginine is reduced to citrulline. Easy, just stones away. There's the rest. And then with the Urat cycle, nitric oxide cycle, you recover L-arginine in your body. But we give the body L-arginine, that we directly have the stones to work. We give the body directly L-citrulline so that they can rework in the same time L-arginine in the body so that we have always enough arginine. So, and we increase the activity of the enos. So this is the primary pathway. The other thing is the red spinac extract or amaranth, which go by bacteria which we have in our body. It's all, they are good bacteria, so no worry, it's not an infection. They do something and create even nitrate, which gets to nitric oxide in your body. And so you do in the monogen, you have everything to have the best nitric oxide production, which we can put together. To increase this, it's good to have it about 60 minutes, 45 to 60 minutes before you need the power. Okay, here again, it's a natural performance enhancer. The activation of the synthetase is up to 43%. Nitric oxide production, because of this, up to 24%. And the vasodilatation, so higher blood flow, up to 50%. It's amazing. And this is, Tonette, why you really love it. I love it. And even bikers love it. And the sports people love it. And because even high sports people, like here is a picture from Achim, when he was on Arizona on the way back to New York. The oxidative stress, you know, it's always stress to do sports. is reduced by 74%. The physical training time, you can train longer by 10%, and you get less tired, later tired by 13%. So they make it in this test placebo against the unique extracts here. So it's amazing. So here you see you can practice harder and longer, and this is what you want. And the recommendation is 2 capsules per day. On days with physical activity, you can take 2 capsules 60 minutes before activity, or if you want to do something for your vessels every day, like me, if you get older, I take 1 in the morning and 1 to the lunchtime. Sometimes we get question, can we take more? And it's a little bit difficult. This is the proven recommendation from us. But I got a talk with a good friend of mine. He is now even in Champions League team with his wife, but he is a former legend. He played together with Michael Jordan and Magic Johnson. I'm a basketball coach, so this is the time. And it was Antonello Riva. He's a legend in basketball in Italy. And he is 2 meters. And I was on stage. He was in front of me, so we are the same, even he was lower. And he asked me, hey, Dr. Kühne. At that time, we just know each other. So, hey, Dr. Kühne, how much do you take? I said, oh, 2. I said, how much should I take? He asked. And he said, I said, 2. And he said, look to me and say, it's not fair. I'm much bigger. I have much more vessels. I have to take more. And I said, okay, try it by your own. It's your decision. And I know he's taking, if he go uphill or hiking or playing basketball or other thing, he takes 3. But he's a 2-meter guy. Okay, this is about dosage because regulation tells you what to do. And now, Tonette, we even know that Activize and Monogen works pretty well together, and we make a study. And the study was done with normal people between 40 and 50 and 2 special athletes. And one of the athletes is a friend of mine, Jens Roth. He is a European champion in cross triathlon and very, very good. And we make something. We measure the threshold of lactate. We measure the oxygen. We measure fat oxidation, not for burning fat to lose weight. To fat oxidation in sports medicine is to get energy. And this is more important to get the energy out from fat because then you save energy out of carbohydrates. It's for long distance, very important. Okay. And we do a special practice we measure, then they make a practice, then we measure again, and then they make the same practice 3 times a week with Activize and Monogen. And then again, we measure the difference. So we can see the difference, which only is created by our product. And for marketing, we can say, because of all this restriction, all the members in the group felt fitter and could train harder. But now we are in a product academy. So I can show you the study behind. And it was so amazing. You know, we have an improvement of the use of fat for energy of 24%, which is really amazing, just by using 4 weeks Activize and Monogen for practice. And in an average 7.2% lactate threshold increase. What does it mean for people who do not know about lactate threshold? If the lactate in your body increase by running, if it's going over 4, higher than 4, you feel directly totally exhausted. You cannot really breathe. Only very top athletes like ice hockey players, they can go up to 12 before they get tired. But a normal, even a good trained triathlon or long distance runner, the threshold barrier is about 4 to 5. But you can measure it, and the threshold where you get tired or not, it belongs to the watt which you are running here and on what you do on the bike. And you see that an average we have of 7.2% even increase by doing the exercise. And to get such a result, you know, I'm a basketball coach, a first league basketball coach. To get this result in pre-practice, so in the workout, what we do before the season, you need 3 months of hard practice every day to get the same result. And here you get it not for free, but for Activise and Monogen beside your practice. So all our sports people, you know, as much sports people we have, love Activise and Monogen because it gives them really additionally power. That's about this product. I love this product. It's always here. Okay, let us come to the topic of today, not of today, because we will introduce other product, but of the last months. It's overweight, it's our top shape. Just to summarize, we are only looking to US. 73% of the population in America is overweight or obese. So if you look to 3 people, 2 could be a customer for you. Okay, what is behind diets? A lot of people start diets and start it oft, but 80% drop after a while and 90% after diet regain weight easily. Sometimes fast, sometimes not as fast, but this. Then we have a lot of different diets on the market. I will not share because our system, our concept works with every diet. Because why the people stop in their diet and why they use others? It's because of discipline. You have to be consistent every day. You have to check what you eat, because one thing before we come to the product, there are no miracle products, there are no magic products that you can eat what you want and lost weight. Sorry, this is not possible. It's always, if you have more calories, which you put into your body as you burn by sports and your daily base supply, then you will gain weight. It's normal. So if you eat 5,000 calories and you burn 3,000, you will increase with your weight. But the discipline to stay with less calories, it's difficult because you get hunger and you get hungry and you get cravings. And this is here with the appetite and emotional cravings. Also, you get an adaptation in your metabolism, which stops us. But the most is the psychological factors. Then you make one thing and say, okay, now on a Saturday I can eat a little bit more. Then on the Sunday, on the Monday, even in the evening, you walk and eat one piece of chocolate. And then aliens comes and you wake up and the whole bar of chocolate is done. You do not know who eat it, but perhaps you and not the aliens. And this is where we can support you. And this is why we create the top shape, which I give you my story later, supports me so much, and it's such a great product. But we bring it into a system because it's a support for diet. But I think tonight we have again somebody talking about it. You will give your testimonial before. I will give my testimonial later, but you have a testimonial for me.
I do. I'm going to share the testimony, but before I do that, I started out by saying thank you, because the thing that has happened in my journey, and again, I did post it on social media, is that this was something that when you look at the 3 factors, that was me. You were talking about me. Even though ultimately our optimal set, I was using our optimal set. It works amazing. I mean, I can see it more so in my skin. But when we came up with Top Shape, I lost the cravings. It made my workouts more powerful. I honestly believe that I couldn't tell that I was losing weight. It took my daughter to say, Mom, yes, you are losing weight. I didn't know that because I still felt like I had energy. It's just that my clothes fit. differently. And that's what I really, really like about this holistic approach to weight loss, not just losing weight, but a holistic approach. So we're going to have a testimony, and then Dr. Cooney, you're going to come back and explain a lot about the science behind it. This testimony is from one of the leaders that actually tested our products for the first 30 days. So she didn't even have all of the information that was needed to start this, but she combined it with her FitLine products. So please welcome President's team member, Youngmin Lee.
Hello, my name is Youngmin Lee and I live in the US. Oh my God, I found the solution to losing weight while staying healthy. I've been drinking power coffee every morning with Top Shape to my morning routine. I eat breakfast, then I add Top Shape with my active bites in the afternoon. It's simple. I end my day with Restorate just by adding Top Shape to my routine. I feel so full and I naturally eat less, and I don't feel hungry at night at all. Even though I'm eating less, I don't feel tired. In fact, I have even more energy. I love it. I'm especially happy because I lost a lot of belly and waist fat. And this dress, which used to be too tight, now fit comfortable. Yay!
I love it. I love it. I love it. Thank you so much, Youngmin. It is truly one of the things you keep hearing us say, and Dr. Cooney, you'll attest to it, that this is a game changer for the market. This is our 2025 game changer. So let's hear about it.
Yeah, and yeah, I was excited too because, you know, the first person who tested the product was myself a long time before we have the first capsules. So I tested all the ingredients first. But what we did is not even that we combine some things. We make the science behind, you will see it later, to know what happens in the body. And the other thing is, of course, we look to the regulation worldwide. And there are a lot of things which are sometimes trying to do the same, but they are using high concentrated like drug ingredients which are not good for the liver, and other things like this berberine and this thing. So we go to find a combination. And if you look to the ingredients, we choose a lot of natural ingredients like dandelion, bitter melon, green coffee bean extract, white mulberry, green mate tea, ginger, and purslane, and we put them together because if you look, if they work alone, then they are working a little bit. But if you have the right combination combined with the resorption boosters, then you get really a high effective result in our body. What was the plan? As you know, in our body, and I will share you the explanation here, we have a hormone which controls the satiety, but this hormone even controls much more. And if you look here in the slide of Professor Weghuber, which is from Science book, you see that the satiety hormone is produced in some cells in the intestine and then is transported by the blood to everywhere. So you see, you have even help in the muscles. So you found it with the Tonette you said about your workout, and you see the glucose oxidation and the glucogen synthesis getting better. So and glucogen are the power in your muscles for the energy storage. Besides, you have a pancreatic reaction to the insulin secretion, the glucagon secretion, and this is even something which you have to know. And you have after you go to the lipolysis and the glucose uptake. So you stabilize even the blood sugar and you get a support for your adipose tissues. Then you have a natriuresis, so that it's like a diuretic effect for the kidneys, and it's needed. Sometimes you have a little bit too much water, like edema, and so it's helping. Also, people with some issues with the lymphatic system. There are studies about a very good effect of this hormone also for the lymphatic system. But most important, it's for the brain. And this is here. We have the appetite and lower. And this is what we heard from the lady, which you say, which I said, you are not as hungry. And this helps you in the diet. It helps you in every diet, because if you not get hungry, you do not have this cravings to eat, and you feel more the satiety feeling is better. You can live better between one breakfast, lunch, dinner, so 3 times a day or 2 times a day. You do not feel hungry, and you do not think about to eat. And this is the reason. Of course, if you want to eat, you can eat. Of course, if you make something like an XXL burger menu, you can eat it. It will not stop you. But normally, you would have not to go for it. So this is, you have to control, but the hormone will support you. Okay. Then we make a measurement in the cells. And so we saw with our capsule. So we proved first the ingredients, and then we proved the combination, and against a control, which is very clear, defined. Yeah, it's something like control. You always look something chemical, which is known to stimulate the cells, but which you cannot use it just for testing. But this gives you the range, and you see it's highly significant, the impact of the release of the satiety hormone. And then there is somebody like, you have something which we call the satiety hormone inhibitor. This is somebody who takes the fun away in your body. You produce your hormone, and then your body produces at the same time something to increase, to block it. But if you inhibit the inhibitor, so that you stop the amount of the what we call DPP4 cells, then the satiety hormone can stay longer. So what we do is you have more and longer in your blood circulation. And this gives you this better satiety feeling here together. And we have 2 effects in your body for a long time. So 4 to 6 hours satiety and no cravings with the capsules. Then we go for alpha focus group, and alpha focus group is even more than Tonette told about this lady, because that was a better focus group. Here, this year with the alpha focus group, people do not know even for which is in, for what it was. They do not know it was FitLine. There were normal people, and you do not choose the people. So there were normal weight people, overweight people, people with cravings, with people without craving. But what we found, everybody who had cravings, after 4 weeks with the product, no cravings, 100% reduction of the cravings. And if you look here to the second, we have really the feeling is rare and feeling of no. And here is some of them, so about nearly 80%, 88% of the people in total has no more, even in the beta focus group. So it's really a great result. Then we give it to the more than 450 people, worldwide participants of the focus group, 88%. So nothing is 100% in nature. Had a long-lasting feeling of satiety. But it's a great number. 86 feeling of less cravings. 87 reduced appetite. So it's a support for the diet. And this is what Tonette said. We love to have a good holistic concept, because if you reduce your appetite, you eat less, you eat less portions and reduce things. But then you have a gap of ingredients. So like this nice president team lady told us, you start with a power cocktail in the morning, and then you have vitamins, minerals, you have the fibers as you learned before. You end up the day with the minerals. So here you stop the gap in nutrition. Then 1.5 hours to 2 hours before, I will tell it later again, you can use the 3 capsules of Top Shape. And then later you can have a calorie reduced meal, or, and this is what we said, the boost effect. You make your lunch with one of our nice ProShape all-in-ones. And this supports you. And the same, if you take it in the afternoon, you can decide a small dinner, calorie reduction, reduced dinner, or even you can say, okay, I do at lunchtime a meal and I use a shape as a dinner, which gives you a boost effect. So together, very strong combination. But even the Top Shape works alone with the other thing. But to remember, the ProShape, just I show you, we had it before, it's just a patented formula which gives you everything which is in a meal. And it's less than 250 calories, even if you mix it in milk. So you mix it in milk, it's even one portion is less than 250 calories. So it's a lunch with everything, protein, carbohydrates you need for your brain, fibers and vitamins, all minerals, trace elements, everything with natural flavor, natural sweeteners, no sucralose, no aspartame, no preservatives inside, and less than 250 kilocalories. And of course, we have here all 8 benefits which we can show you that we support muscle building, that we help you with appetite reduction. But here, the combination with the Top Shape, this works perfectly. If you do not want to eat this, even the Top Shape reduce the things you eat, as you learned before from the lady who do not use the ProShape all-in-one. Another nice product which we want to introduce, not only for the Top Shape, but even it's a good support if you want to lose weight, because if you want to stay in weight, you should build up some muscles. And you do not have to make such an intense workout. I have not the time to go in the gym. I do my workout 3 times in a week, 10 minutes, just being in my room, do some push-ups, to do some just easy things. You hold your body and you run on the place, very easy, 10 minutes, go for a shower. But I always use the ProShape Aminos, 3 before and 3 after the practice, to build up muscles. And muscles burn more energy as fat cells. This is the reason. So if you want to do something for your muscle building and to increase your calories your body burns per day, then ProShape Amino, it's a very good additional product, because you see we have a lot of amino acids which comes from proteins, and we have it like, it's like everything is in a pool in our body, and our body is very nice. The body gives everybody in the body, so the muscles, the brain, the hormone production, everybody can take the amino acids, and we have some very special, which we call the essential amino acid. That means, essential means that your body cannot produce it by yourself. So, and even very special leucine, isoleucine, they are very needed for muscle building. And protein, amino acid, the only way to get it is eating nutrition proteins. And the vegetarian is not as effective, but even not bad. But mostly here peas or broccoli or lentils, something like this, nuts gives you here. But beside here, mostly fish and meat are the ones who give it to you. And when you practice and you get rid of one, then your body go to your body part, which is the storing of protein. And unluckily, we store our proteins in our muscles. So if you get rid of one, so one is missing here, and you are practicing, and you need something for your brain, for example, to produce serotonin, then the body will lose muscles even during practice. And this is why we said to use things even before the training, before the workout, before the running, before the basketball play. So this is very important. Okay, what do we have inside for muscle building and recovery? We have all 8 essential amino acids, and we combine it with a resorption booster. So it's highly absorbable, and it's even for building muscles and even muscle maintenance. And then I can tell you, also not even athletes, if you get older, if you get in my age, and if you get more, even up to 80, we call it sarcopenia, which means that you lose weight even if you practice. And the only way to do something against the lost weight if you get older is to give enough amino acids and practice. So you can walk, you can make a little bit tennis or other things, but if you do not add amino acids, if you get older, it can be the issue that you lose muscles even if you do something. And to stay in weight, it's very good to have muscles. So this makes even to lose weight, if you get older, difficult, or women have less muscles, so they burn less calories. And so we always tell the people, like Tonette said, it's really good to make workouts when you are trying to lose weight, because you increase your calories per day, which you can burn, your body burns by themselves, and then it's easier for the diet. So it's a good addition. It's not needed for the concept, but a good addition. But even if you do not be in a top shape, the ProShape Amino is perfect for every sports people. And perhaps I go back because I have one reason to share. You know, there are situations in your life where your appetite is reduced, not because of our nice top shape, it's reduced because of other things. There are a lot of things coming up to people that you cannot eat well because you have no appetite, other things. And then you do not move good, you feel not good, you lie in bed. Then ProShape Amino is a perfect. Even if you cannot eat much, ProShape Amino can help you and support you in bed situation of your life. The second is, if you are injured, you need more for the new building. And even after injuries, it's really nice to have the ProShape ProShape Amino together with physical examination, physical training. It's really good to recover faster. So it's a big support for the therapy in different places. So don't forget, don't think ProShape Amino is just for this muscle man, that it's much more. I love this product. And you know the best? If you use this product, if you drink protein too much, it's not good for your kidneys and for your liver. If you have too much, you know, some people say 3.3 grams protein per kilogram of your body. It's much too much. But if you have amino acids, it does not have any bad effect to your kidneys, to your liver. So I love this product, and it's one of our top 10 products worldwide. Come back to the game changer. Say it again how to use it. 2 times 3 capsules per day in the morning and in the afternoon with water. And ideally, and you have to find out for yourself, I have 90 minutes before, 1 to 2 hours before a meal. And now very important, in addition to a calorie deficit diet for maximum results. So if you do not make a diet and you eat 5,000 calories, it will not work. So you have to look, but the top shape will make it so easy for you to make a diet. And even if you only eat less, you have a good breakfast, you'll eat a smaller portion to lunch, a smaller portion to the dinner, because you stop if you are not hungry anymore. So do not put too much on the plate. A lot of people would stop if they do not have so much on the plate. It's psychological. So if you take the top shape, you eat a normal lunch, put a smaller portion. And if you are feeling satisfied, stop eating. Not say, oh, I have to eat all the things from my plate. I learned it from my mom and my grandmom. This is something which you have to see. And then you can stop it easily. And then you can lose weight in a very good way. And that means, please, I know people want to lose 10 kilos per month, 15 kilos per month. It's totally stupid and impossible. And this is what you can do in the first month if you make it with boost effect, 4 to 5 kilos. But if you want to make it over long term, 2.5 kilos per month, this is the one. But it's not only weight loss. I tell you the best what I did is I measure waist and hip and look what happens to my waist and hip measurements. And I will give you the results later. So, okay. We support you even by routine. If you go for your app, you can make power cocktail in the morning, 11 or 11:30. It belongs to your lunchtime. You take the top shape and you get the warning by the app. And then again, in my opinion, for me, because I eat about 6:30, I take at 5 o'clock p.m. I use the other capsules and restaurate for the evening. Easy. You go to your FitLine app. If you do not have it, you should download. Perhaps Tonette can explain at the end of the product academy shortly where to get the app and how to handle the app. It's so helpful because the app reminds you every day not forget your capsules. Okay, I told you about this. I like this picture now. When I started in May last year, I was at 95.99 kilo, and I set a big goal. Like Mr. Zorg always said, set goals, and bigger goals are needed. And then I said, I want to go back to 80. And this is a picture when I reached my 80 kilos. I have the size of my suit goes from 72 to 75, not 70, 27 to 25, and my jeans from 36 to 34. So these are the results. So I lost 2 sizes. And I feel much better playing tennis. So my colleagues are not very happy at the moment because I can run much more as before. But I did it over months. And now since October, I put a little bit more in my meals, but I'm still with my 80 to 81 kilos using top shapes, not every day, but I think 4, 5, 6 times a week I have my top shape with me. So it's always here. And this is about me. Okay, this was about the top shape. Tonette, you want to say something? You are muted.
That's right. I got to be unmuted. Yeah, in terms of all of these products, see, I'm showing you all of these products helped me to get, and because in the US we say 10 pounds. And so I am close to my high school weight, which is where my goal was, right? To be able to go, and I'm not going to tell you how many years that has been, but as you were talking about Generation 50, I am now in the latter part. I'll be 58 this year. And I love saying my age now because that makes a difference. But when it comes to our products and when it comes to Top Shape, there is a right way and a wrong way to be able to share it. Of course, we always say use talk demo, right? That's important, right, Dr. Kunin? People want to hear your testimony, but there is definitely a right way to do it. And so I have this QR code that is there. I want to encourage you, take a moment and download that download the flyer that's there, because it talks about the Top Shape and it talks about our optimal set with our Power Cocktail and Restorate, and then our Pro Shape all-in-one. How do you do it? How do you take pictures? What do you say in your pictures? So all of the information is in there. It's very important that you download it, especially if you want to share it on social media. Of course you want to, right? That's how this is business. You want to share it, but you want to make sure that you're in guidelines, because If you're not, trust me, our companies are going to look at that. And you all represent PM International. We are PM. We are that's why we call ourselves the family of power. So you're going to share your testimony. Just make sure you take time to download it and download this document so you make sure that you are saying the right things at the right time. So I love, Dr. Kunin, that you and I we are sharing our testimony of how so far these products have made such a great difference. But there's more you have to talk about. So I'm going to go ahead and turn it back over to you, because this is your, I want to say big finale, but don't leave, because I still have a good section that I can't wait to tell you about. So go ahead, Dr. Kunin.
Yes, thank you very much. And now, as we promised, we come to the Microsoft technology, which we, as you know, introduced it last year with some products. We will go fast through it. But first, this is really a new generation. We created in 2024. It's unique. It's worldwide exclusive. So what is about this technology? And give me 1 second. We will have a video where Mr. Professor Wekuber will explain you what is the difference with this technology. So let us have a look. Oh no, it's first how it works in water. Perhaps you can see it here. On the left side you see standard QP10. That's soluble. It's not diluting. Now you see our Microsoft QP10. Nearly water solution now. If you steer here, you can see nothing happened here. This is what happens in your body. So it needs time. The body has to do a lot of things. Now look to the Microsoft Plus Computer. You steer it 1 time, and it's a clear solution. And even after hours, there is no clear. Here the fat will really be on the top. Okay, that is to show it very easily. It's just the solubility. But what is the background? And as I told before, wait, come on. Yes, again, Mr. Wekuber, who you saw him before, he will explain the old Microsoft technology we used a long time, which was really a good one. But then he show you what is the technical and the measurement background of the new Microsoft technology, Plus technology.
Hi, my name is Dr. Julian Wekuber, and I'm head of the Center of Excellence for Food Technology and Nutrition at the University of Applied Sciences, Upper Austria. We have a long-lasting collaboration with PM International, and I'm also an active member of the PM International Scientific Advisory Board. I would like to introduce you to the all-new Microsoft Plus technology. You probably know that the initial Microsoft technology is based on the application of micelles and highly increases the solubility and thereby also the bioavailability of the FitLine ingredients. In addition, a few years ago, a dual carrier system termed IB5 was introduced, a sprayable product that enables high bioavailability of the vitamins K2 and D3 in the buccal mucosa. To demonstrate the power of Microsoft, let me briefly describe what we have done in previous studies. For example, using an in vitro cell model based on human intestinal cells, we have shown in a paper published in the journal Nutrients that there is an increased uptake of omega-3 fatty acids, especially DHA, from micellar oil. Thus, Microsoft improves the resorption of this pivotal omega-3 fatty acid up to 3-fold. As another example, the uptake of the coenzyme Q10 from Microsoft source, again studied in human intestinal cells, is strikingly higher than the one from competitor products. This is great, but researchers from PM International and also my group have continued to make MicroSolve even better. Today I can proudly present the novel MicroSolve Plus technology. It is a combination of micelles and smaller liposomes, resulting in a liquid that can be dispensed in drops, also in the presence of compounds that would usually make such a formulation impossible. We have worked on compounds that are potentially able to improve the uptake of micro and macronutrients, termed resorption boosters. As you can see in the graph, addition of a selected resorption booster does not improve the uptake of Q10. However, if it is micellized as well, then it does. Another resorption booster is effective also in its natural form. However, micellation again further improves Q10 resorption. Does it only work with Q10? No, not at all. As you can see in the graph, the resorption booster mentioned before also increases the resorption of vitamin E, but only if it is micellized. Finally, let me further convince you that MicroSolve Plus is a tremendous improvement in comparison to the former version. We've tested it also for different vitamins, and as you can see, the micellized resorption booster alone or in combination with other resorption boosters significantly improves the resorption of biotin. For vitamin B6, the efficacy of the resorption booster mix is even more pronounced. In summary, MicroSolve Plus is not only just a simple adaptation, it is an impressive improvement of an already powerful technology. Thank you.
So I think it's really amazing, and Professor Weekuber just explained it. Let us have a short view back to when all started. So in 1995, you know, FitLine was founded in 1993, but in 1995, Mr. Zorc brings as the first company CoQ10 on the market in Europe, but it wasn't normal, and he was looking for an improvement. And he tested a lot of things with the first emulsol, but they used, even in the second version where they get a little bit higher, a lot of chemical things which are not really good, and the people do not like the taste and everything. So he go on, and then in 2003 he found a very nice patented version where we only use natural way of the emulsion, so no chemical preservative, no chemical things to improve this MicroSolve, and this get patented. And as you see, it's really improvement. Then, because we were the only one on the market, of course, behind the scenes, we looked to an improvement, but it was difficult. But up to 2020, we found an increase, but we had the resorption booster. But as Mr. Weekuber just said, we are not really satisfied with this. We want more. And in 2024, we are then with a special MicroSolve Plus resorption boosters. As Professor Weekuber said, we have now this result for the CoQ10. And now you look to the left, standard CoQ10 against MicroSolve CoQ10, what you have at the moment in your products. So this is really innovation. And this is what we do behind the scenes. One product is, of course, a new generation of CoQ10. You all know the product, it's a long time on the market, and it's very important because over the time, if you get older, you have less CoQ10 in your body, especially in your heart muscle. So now I'm here with 67 and nearly up to less than 50% of my CoQ10. But I hope I will be here around 90 or 95% because I'm using CoQ10 since all the time I know FitLine. Even I gave it my father-in-law. He passed away last year, but it's 93. And he used the product even in workouts with 88. He go to workouts. So, but always with his CoQ10. So it's really nice for energy and for to support the immune system. So it's good for your heart. But what is the new dimension in this product? we could first time combine, as Mr. Wekuber said, things which you normally cannot combine in a product. So we have the thiamine, which is good for your heart. The vitamin D is good for your heart. And even we have for energy, we have here antioxidants, and we could have this Microsoft Plus resorption boosters, and of course, Microsoft Plus CoQ10, with this highly absorbable, which you cannot combine with capsules. So this is really, you only need small amounts to have the big effect. So you cannot compare CoQ10 amounts from our label with the amounts of other labels, because the other have capsules and they have no bioavailability. So they put it in your mouth, but it's not on your cellular level. Okay, so this is, oh, sorry, one time click too much. Okay, so this is support for your heart, even together with the Monogen, with the Activize, with the Power Cocktail. It's always work together, but CoQ10, it's for me an amazing product. I want to be not without CoQ10. I have my CoQ10 in the morning with our generation 50, and because I'm 67, I use the CoQ10 in the evening, but I use it in another product you will see in a second. Okay, and again, we have here some things with the Microsoft omega-3, and here also we create a new version. And here I know now why I'm looking to this other place. I give back to Tonette. Sorry, I forgot this nice testimonial. So
This is the, that's
you
okay,
take over,
Dr.
please. Sorry about this.
You know what? You were on a roll, and we love these products. And in terms of the Microsoft technology, it is correct how you start feeling it. I don't know all about the science of what you're talking about, but I do know that for me, it feels great. And I know so with Tatiana Lutz, who is a vice president in Southern California. She is a product guru when it comes to all of our products and loves the Omega. So I asked her, hey, Tatiana, can you tell us what you love most about the Omega-3? So let me go ahead and roll that video.
Hi everybody, this is Tatiana from San Diego. I'm here to tell you about our Omega-3. I've been taking it for 8 years, and I'm telling you, there is no better tasting Omega than ours. I can also tell you that my hair is silky, my skin is super soft, and my brain is really sharp. Try it for yourself and feel those benefits too.
I don't know if yours came out with her picture or not, but I'm going to go ahead and turn it back over to you, Dr. Kuhlman.
All right. So for me, Omega, it's something you have to have. I always said you need it from -6 months to up 100 years, because for the unborn baby, it's very necessary to have it for the brain. It's good to have it for children. It's good to have it in school. I know that my son sometimes told me, hey, Pa, it's our learning cocktail is Activize with Omega in school. If they have the long time, 10 hours at school, they have the Omega and the Activize for the afternoon in their storage in school. And later they go for practice. Even if you get older and if you want to be active, then it's very, very necessary for your brain. So omega-3 and especially DHA in the omega-3, which give you everything what you need. You do not need EPA in a product because DHA is transferred to DHA. So this is very important. And where it comes from, you see, even you have to have a ratio, because you have to have less omega-6 and more of omega-3. And if you look to the meals on the left side, I'm sorry, the left side is all omega-6 and the right side is omega-3. And so in Western world, we have too much omega-6 in our meals and less of omega-3. What does it mean for nutrition supplements? I get so often the question, hi, Mr. Kühne, a lot of other companies have omega-6 and omega-3. They tell it's much better. And they told, no, it's wrong. Because the most important is the ratio of omega-6 to omega-3. which should be 4:1. Most of us had 20:1. So what can you do to improve your omega-6 to omega-3 ratio? You have to eat less omega-6 and eat more omega-3. And if you want to eat supplements, you should only use omega-3, because if you add omega-6, it's not good for your body. So it makes no sense to add omega-6 from my perspective as a doctor. It makes no sense. And so I cannot believe why people follow omega-6 and omega-3. So this is why we choose omega-3. Where omega-3 comes from, and that makes it so difficult. They are fish-based, and you can get it from algae. And they are DHA rich, so it's good. But you know, we get overfishing every time. Even sometimes to eat fish is good, but you know, it's always even, it comes from the ocean with a lot of, I said in tuna, there are a lot of heavy metals inside. You cannot eat so much over the day and every day. So we decide even to stop the overfishing in the world. Mr. Zorg decided we will go on only with a plant-based omega-3. And this is what you see here. And it's sustainable. You have less or no fishy taste. It's a little bit like, I look, tell it, it's an ocean. So it's more an ocean feeling. And it's plant-based, and avoid overfishing, because we produce this in a special, it's like farming. It's like a greenhouse thing. Okay, I have to look one thing here. Okay, all right. And here we have this Microsoft Plus on things is the special thing what we have here in the product. And then perhaps Tatiana can try again to talk about this great product and why it's so good. But if you see here, again, we have this Microsoft DHA, the Microsoft omega-3. We have the Microsoft resorption booster, which Mr. Weghuber mentioned. We have even biotin. We add the vitamin D. And as you see here, we make a special vitamin D2 that it's even soluble or usable for everybody. We can use it, but even here, because of the algae oil and the vitamin D2, even vegetarian or even vegan people can use this product. So it's really a new dimension, and it's easy to use because it supports your brain by using just over the day the 37 drops in water. Tonette, what is about the omega-3 statement of Tatiana? Can we share it, or should we do it later?
You know what? I would love to go back and see if we can try it again. Because I think
then try it.
Let's see. We're gonna have to go back and
do the. You can do it, or should I? Yeah, you do it.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it. Because I
think a little bit time, but I do not care.
Yeah, it's okay. I think it's okay. There we go. Let me try
I'm fit. I had this Activized bar, so everything is good.
Okay, let's see.
Boop. Hi everybody, this is Tatiana from San Diego.
No, it did not. So we will have to have our AV department to see exactly, and we'll post it on social media.
This is a good idea.
Yeah, but I can definitely tell you that when it comes to omega-3, she uses the product. I know she's out and about, but she uses it, and it's made it very different. I love what you say in terms of the brain power, right? So let's continue on with the next product.
Yeah, and this is easy to explain, because if you want to use CoQ10 as me, if you want to use omega-3 and you want to put it together, you can have 2 bottles, or you can have everything all in one. So you have the HA2 with the CoQ10 together with the omega. So everything what you saw in the single product, you even have here. And this is great because we can bring things together we never could bring together. So we have, for me, this is highly effective. And this is what I said before. I have the generation 50 in the morning and the heart 2 in the evening. Okay, for one thing, because I want to support my brain and my heart. And this, it works perfectly together and it's easy to use and everything is fine. But now we come to the topic which is totally new. It's a new product in the United States. It's the family of Microsoft Plus getting bigger even in the United States. So really proudly, I can present one product I really love to have. And it's an ingredient, you know, from our generation 50. But not everybody is over generation 50 and want to have the lutein even if they are younger. Or they do not use the generation 50 and want to use only the lutein. And this is what we have here. And it's a great product. I love it. And I want to share some knowledge about what happens in your eye, what happens with your vision, why lutein together with zeaxanthin, which is all together, and you can only name it lutein on the label because of restriction, but lutein, if you get lutein from the flowers, it's always lutein and zeaxanthin. And this is, we had here Professor Eggersdorfer, part of our scientific board, and he's a professor of anti-aging at the University Medical Center of Groningen. And this whole life, he was really researching about the role of essential nutrients for health, vitality, and well-being. And I'm really happy that he did this video, and you can see he's sitting at home and make it into the camera. And I really love this. And I hope that everything works now with the video.
Lassen Sie mich das in einem Kontext erklären, oder? Das Auge ist ein komplexes und ein empfindliches Organ. Die Netzhaut besteht aus feinem Nervengewebe. In der Mitte dieses Geflechts befindet sich die Makula mit einer hohen Konzentration einerseits an Photorezeptorzellen, andererseits aus dem gelben Fleck, aus Lutein und Zeaxanthin. Für die Funktion des Auges sind eine Reihe von essentiellen Nährstoffen notwendig. Vitamin A, Vitamin C, Vitamin E, Riboflavin und, wie ich gerade sagte, die Carotinoide Lutein und Zeaxanthin. Lutein und Zeaxanthin sind zwei Carotinoide, die in Nahrungsmitteln vorkommen. Zum Beispiel in Spinat, in Brokkoli, in Mais und so weiter. Der Mensch kann Lutein und Zeaxanthin nicht selbst herstellen. Wir müssen sie wie Vitamine und Mineralstoffe über die Nahrung aufnehmen. Wir wissen aus Studien, dass häufig zu wenig Lutein und Zeaxanthin über die Nahrung aufgenommen werden. Nahrungsergänzungsmittel sind eine zusätzliche Quelle. Lutein und Zeaxanthin bilden den gelben Fleck in der Makula, genau dort, wo das einfallende Licht fokussiert wird. Die schützende Wirkung von Lutein und Zeaxanthin in der Retina ist zweifach. Sie sind einerseits Antioxidantien und zum anderen absorbieren sie die energiereichen Wellenlängen im blauen Spektralspektrum. Sie verhindern so Schäden im Auge, genau dort, wo das Lichtsignal in ein Nervensignal umgewandelt wird. Wenn wir das Spektrum von Licht nehmen, sehen wir, dass ein Teil im blauen Bereich liegt. Das Blaulicht ist besonders energiereich. Deswegen wird es in modernen Lichtquellen, in LED-Lampen, in Mobiltelefonen und in Computerbildschirmen eingesetzt. Das Problem, das damit verbunden ist, das energiereiche Blaulicht kann das Auge, die Netzhaut, die Photozellen schädigen. Lutein und Zeaxanthin haben die Aufgabe, das energiereiche Blaulicht zu absorbieren. Sie schützen das Auge vor dem energiereichen Blaulicht und sie wirken so wie eine innere Sonnenbrille.
So I hope you could see the translation, and to summarize, as you see, lutein helps you to have a better vision, but most of the time it's a protection against the blue light, and the blue light is everywhere. And I love what Mr. Professor Eggersdorfer Manfred said is lutein and zeaxanthin works like inner sunglasses. You cannot better have it. And he said it's essential. And most of the people from the studies have a gap in the support and in the amount of lutein and zeaxanthin in their body. What we do in our Microsoft Plus lutein, which is now on the market for you, for young and older people, it's a very special Microsoft lutein and Microsoft zeaxanthin out of Tagetes erecta, so directly from the flower. We have the vitamin B2, which support, as Mr. Eggersdorfer said, the eye. We have vitamin E to protect the whole formula. And of course, we have our special Microsoft resorption boosters. Very important. The vitamin A, C, and E, what he mentioned. Can you remember? It's ACE selenium. We have it in our power cocktail. So if you mix this with the power cocktail, you have everything what you need for your eye. It's very important. Of course, we look with studies with Professor Weghuber. What is about our lutein to competitors? And the first is you have to drink it and it has to come through the stomach to the intestine where the absorption takes place. And this means how much you put in here and how much you can absorb. This is the bioaccessibility. And so Mr. Professor Weghuber and his team did in vitro simulation of the gastrointestinal digestion. So it's a system where you can make like a model to see what happens if you drink it. And he could show that the lutein Microsoft Plus, which you see here, it's much better as any other competitor here, and as in lutein, as a normal lutein oil, which we used in here. So as you see here, and this with a highly significant result. But what does it mean for us? It means only it's in the intestine and in a high dosage. And then we could show in another test that we have here even a better uptake. So you have here the uptake of the lutein and then of the same, but with the Microsoft Plus technology, and it's up to 2 times higher absorption. So proven NTC even for this product with the Microsoft Plus technology. And so it's easy to use it because you only need 24 drops in still water, or you can even mix it in our FitLine product, and then you drink it, and that's it. And then you have the protection. So the lutein is especially for people which do not use the generation 50, or we want to do something additionally. But even I know from Dr. Bernard Scher from Asia, especially in Asian countries, the young people which have all the smartphone, all the LED lights, they are buying lutein to protect their eyes because, you know, you get older and older, and if you lost your good vision, it's not a nice thing. So this is about the product introduction, and that will be something available today for you. Alternate?
Yes, it is. We have been waiting for this. Dr. Kunin, I'm going to be honest with you. When it came to lutein, when I first came to PM International in the US market, I had so many people asking for this product. And I'm so grateful that Mr. Sorg has decided to allow the US market to purchase lutein. And then for FPO for Canada, they also can as well. So it's a great product.
I love the product too.
So before I let you go, Dr. Kunin.
Yeah, I have one question from my side. How
Sure.
they can order? They can order today with even like the other products?
Yes, they can. They really can. They really can. As a matter of fact, right now, the products are now all available in the back office. So you
Oh,
can,
God, yeah.
we've talked about so many great products, and I know many of them have been on their smartphone already, going online, stocking up, using this time to be out in the field to share it with your clients. Let
Yeah.
them know. Now, here's one thing I can tell you. We're going to ask you a couple of questions, but I want to make sure that you all understand you do
Yeah.
not be a doctor. This was only for your information so you can fully understand how these products can benefit you. So do not feel like you have to know all of the questions. Isn't that correct, Dr. Kunin?
That's totally correct. Even if you have single questions only for you, which you cannot share and in the internet or Facebook, if you ask for yourself, you can go to the business room, in your business room as a team partner. And if you go to FAQs, then you see even questions to experts. And there you can give a question we will answer. But
Okay.
before we come to the question, I want to share one story. I just remember, sorry. You
Yes.
know what happens here in my family with the lutein? Because as you saw, talk with people asking for. My mother-in-law here from my second wife, she said, oh, I do not need FitLine. I go away, you know, perhaps somebody knows about family members do not want FitLine. Okay. And then suddenly she get vision problems. And she asked, oh, Tobias, do you have something for FitLine for this? I said, oh, yes. Try my lutein. And she go for the lutein. I get no results, but always, you know, I asked after a few days and she said, yes, I can take it. Everything is fine. And then I asked again after 25 days and said, hey, Rosie, it was the name of my thing. What about next month? Do you want a second time? Oh, yes. Yes, I think you can give me one. And then I give it to her the second time. And then I do not have to ask. She ordered again, but she ordered 2. And then I said, Rosie, it's enough one. It's enough. You had the result. Why you ordered 2? And she said, oh, yeah, this is just for my neighbor. So she did
Wow.
direct sales without knowing direct sales.
Wow.
So now we can come to your, but just as you told me, I remember the story.
Yeah.
So it's sometimes it open minds. Because
it is
then
open
she
mind.
took always all the other products. Okay, it was like a door opener.
Well, that's one of the reasons why this product academy has been so helpful, because what happens is you never know what people are looking for, but you want to make sure that you are prepared. And
Yeah.
what I love about this opportunity, which, as I mentioned before, we are not going to have it every month. It's amazing that we had you here to be able to answer the question, even though next month we'll have Dr. Jessica Steffi that's going to be here helping and assisting us. But I'm going to tell you, this has been such an honor having you there. Before you leave, though, I know that there are some questions and many, many questions that people have. So I want to ask you a couple of questions. Then I'm going to give them some instructions on what they can do differently. But don't leave, because I actually still want to talk a little bit about our cosmetics. And we have a great speaker, Anya Wonder, is going to come and share with us about our cosmetic lines, which is so let me ask
Very
you.
important. Inside and outside works together.
It does.
So what question? The first question.
The first question that I often get, oh, here it is can all of the FitLine products be mixed? All of them?
Okay. I think here we get an answer. A little bit insight when we talk about Restorate. So you should not mix Power Cocktail with Restorate because of the fibers, or Basics and Restorate because of the fibers, or the Shapes with the Restorate because of the fibers. Then the others you can mix if you want, but sometimes it makes no sense. As I said, Activize with Restorate you can mix, but if you drink it in the evening, it could be that you cannot be, you have to stay awake, so it's not, makes no sense. But even very easy, you can mix Power Cocktail with a hard duo in the morning. It's very, very good to mix them. Even like we heard, you can, if you want, you can drink the Top Shape capsules even together you can drink an Celsius or an Activize instead of water. So this is possible. So mostly it's doable, but you think we do a lot of effort to make a good taste. And later, and so the people will stay here, you will talk about beauty, and the beauty taste is so beautiful. I would not mix beauty with anything else because the taste is so good.
It tastes so good, so good. Yeah, I'm going to come to beauty. But speaking of Top Shape, and we've talked a lot about this Game Changer product. It already has a nickname, Game Changer. Does it replace diet?
Sorry?
Does the Top Shape replace a healthy diet?
Oh,
Because
yes. It's good that the question come again. For us, the Top Shape, as I use it too, it's a perfect support that you can live your diet, but it's not instead of a diet. So if, for example, if you eat 5,000 calories, so 2 times an XXL burger menu, you cannot reduce weight. So you should use the Top Shape to have satiety and the cravings go away, so that you can eat smaller portions, nice meals with 500, 600 calories, and it makes it so easy not to be hungry. And this is the support for every diet is our Top Shape.
Wonderful. Now, I know that you talked about this last week on the Business Academy, but I think it's worth you sharing it again about the sizes of the capsule. Before we remember how can you share with them again a little bit about what you said?
Yeah,
because
I think
we're looking at that.
It's really something the people asked for. You know, we try at the beginning to bring all the ingredients into 2 capsules. But at the end, we found out that for 2 capsules, it's too much. And then we decided to bring it in 3 capsules. And then the 3 capsules are not filled up completely because, you know, we are a little bit over too much for 2 capsules, but then it's too less for 3 filled up capsules. So it's mostly, it's about 70 to 75% filling in a capsule. But with the 3 capsule, you get the whole amount you need. And even the whole amount, we always have 180, sometimes 182 capsules inside. So everything you get, it's very easy. And it's about, like it's on the weight, it's inside the capsules. So this is why you do not have to compact them, which is good, because if you compact by this, it's heating. And this is not good for the secondary plant compounds.
Yeah. Thank you so much for addressing. And then this is the last question I had, because we've just launched lutein, right? And is lutein, is it useful for adults only, or can children use it? Who can use lutein?
Yeah. So for us, always all products are made for adults, but here even lutein, even 18 up, no problem. But even if you live in sunny regions, there's a decision you have to do by your own to add the lutein, because not even the younger ones eat so much. And the blue light, even in the sun in the morning, or the blue light from LED, or even juniors with 15 or 16s, sometimes they are sitting and playing games. So I think it can be, but it's a decision of the parents or this to use it 12 up. But I see no side effects. So yeah, 12 up, it's between 12 and 18. We cannot recommend officially, but if I would have somebody with a lot of LED lights and everything, I would go even earlier. But 18 up, it's for me, it's a must.
Wonderful. Well, you know, Dr. Kuhnen, I could keep you here all night. I know you're on a different time zone, so I do want to be considerate of your time and allow you to be able to get to your family before it's too late. But the rest of you, I really want you to stay tuned as we do this next segment. I know you probably all had questions that you wanted to raise your hands and ask Dr. Kuhnen these questions. But here's what I want to encourage you to do is on your website, in the search menu, if you say FAQs, in the FAQ it will come to an area where it says ask the expert. That's a perfect place for you to ask questions from Dr. Coonan and from his team about yourself and your individual situations. We already know everyone has different bodies, so your questions may be different than another person, but it is important that we answer the question. And I think that this is something highly unusual for companies to be able to have someone who is up close and personal and cares about how you feel in your question. So FAQs is the best way to be able to get your answer, not email customer service, but FAQs, because that way you can make sure. Dr. Coonan, what would you like to add?
Tony, really, I appreciate what you said, because there's even another reason. If you send it like an email to customer service, they are not even allowed to answer question by data protection law. And even this means that everybody has to give his question by his own, and we will answer in a protected area to him. So we respect all data protection and all the things, not everybody wants to know that other people know something about him and his things. So my team answered 55,000 questions last year. So we try our best. Even you can now, because of the AIs, even if you send it in different languages, we try our best. Normally we have English, Spanish will work perfectly, and this, but even the Mandarin question, Mr. Bernard Chair can do it. But even today, because of the translation system, we can answer it. Then it's an answer for this one person. So I appreciate. And from my side, I will say thank you to all of you. You see, it's very dark here. It's about nearly to 9 p.m. now. So, but I appreciate it. It was a lot of fun. Thank you for supporting me here. And thank you very much. And I hope you will get now this great information about the cosmetics from Tonette and Anja Wunder.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Dr. Coonan. And you know what? You will see Dr. Coonan again if you attend the World Management Congress that's coming up in June. So stay tuned for information on that. Even though Dr. Coonan, this is his official last of the Product Academy, but you will get a chance to hear his knowledge. So thank you again, Dr. Coonan, for sharing your story. Now what we want to do, though, is to switch gears and talk about our cosmetics. I mean, I've already shared with you how old I am, and so don't leave. I share with you how, and it's important to be able to understand that all of our cosmetics, they synergistically work together. Whether you're someone who's looking for a medium, a long-term effect, and the person who is going to share this with you is someone who understands fully how cosmetics work. She is on the front line at being able to introduce our products. So I think it's important that you hear from the Director of Cosmetics, Ms. Anja Wunder.
Hello and welcome to our online product training. Today I would like to invite you on a journey into the fascinating world of our FitLine skin beauty products and talk to you about the skin activating Activise Serum. It is a scientific breakthrough thanks to our scientific advisory board, where all the experts from the area of nutritional supplements and cosmetics working hand in hand. And thanks to this know-how transfer, it was possible to develop this groundbreaking beauty product which will help you to activise your skin and maximize your skincare routine. With the FitLine Activise from the area of nutritional supplements, we offer a product which helps to provide fresh energy and concentration. And it is exactly this energy that our skin needs to radiate and look vital. And the best is, we also included some of the main ingredients of our top seller Activise from the inside into our Activise Serum from the outside. Because thanks to our scientific advisory board, we have a huge knowledge about ingredients which are relevant for our skin, and so we can transfer this knowledge in the Activise Serum. So you will experience pure energy, power and infinite freshness for your skin, and you can feel the activation from the outside. Let us now have a deeper look into the Activise Serum. In order to understand why this product is so brilliant, we first need to talk about the meaning of energy. The simplest definition of energy is the ability to do work. And energy is important for our body as well as our skin cells. With the Activise Serum, you will experience a product which will give your skin a noticeable energy kick based on skin activating ingredients, of course, as always, based on our exclusive nutrient transport concept, NTC, and in combination with valuable natural ingredients. Looking a little deeper into the ingredients, a valuable natural ingredient combination supports the activation and vitalization of the skin. Therefore, we are using a combination of guarana, creatine, caffeine, riboflavin B2, rosemary, and ginger. Focusing on the three main ingredients out of this synergistic combination, we have to name caffeine, creatine, and guarana. Caffeine is considered as a multi-talent in the area of cosmetics. It acts as a vitalizer, can support the microcirculation and an improved absorption of skincare substances or following care products like the Forever, for example. Creatine occurs naturally in the body and degrades in the course of the aging process. Therefore, it is considered as an important substance for the energy supply of the skin and can therefore support to vitalize the skin. And last but not least, guarana can promote a fresh appearance and can have an invigorating and vitalizing effect as well. And this valuable synergistic ingredient combination is exactly what you will feel with a cooling and tingling effect within the first minute after the application for up to 3 to 5 minutes. Activation of the skin at its best. Additionally, the Activise Serum can also support the skin function. An innovative and synergistic combination of Microsoft Q10, biotin, hyaluronic acid, cobalamin B12, niacin B3, vitamin C and provitamin B5 can help to support the natural skin function. Again, focusing on the three main ingredients out of this synergistic combination, we have to name niacinamide B3, hyaluronic acid and vitamin C. Niacinamide B3 is considered to help to prevent premature skin aging and to support the skin's ability to regenerate. It can refine pores and supports a smoother, firmer complexion and a radiant glow. In the area of hyaluronic acid, we are using an innovative combination of 3 types of hyaluronic acid, namely high, medium and low molecular hyaluronic acid to support the skin moisture retention capacity. Vitamin C is considered as an antioxidant and can support the skin's resistance, promotes an even complexion and a radiant glow. With that, this synergistic combination can positively affect the regenerative capacity and help to prevent premature skin aging. All this together then results in the high bioavailability of the ingredients. Primarily, of course, thanks to our NTC with the integration of our Microsoft technology and a special resorption booster. And that means for you a better penetration into the skin for results you can see, feel and experience. As a summary, our Activise Serum is your energizer and power boost for the skin based on the exclusive nutrient transport concept NTC, and on top of the line, we don't just talk about activation, we also make it tangible. And that means for you that you will experience pure energy, power and infinite freshness for your skin. Additionally, when it comes to quality, we at PM International make no compromises because for us a high level of quality in our products go far beyond the maintenance of established and required standards. Therefore, I'm especially pleased to inform you that the Activise Serum has been tested by the Institute Dermatest and the skin compatibility has been rated as excellent, and with that has received Dermatest's 5-star seal of approval with flying colors. This 5-star seal stands out in this respect from other skin compatibility seals of approval, as tests with this award go far beyond regular skin compatibility tests. A patch test is usually a one-time epicutaneous test to determine skin tolerance. This means it is only applied once to the skin and tested whether the respective product causes any incompatibility. However, PM International goes one step further with its premium and quality standards. Dermatest's 5-star seal represents the original Dermatest premium segment and outlines long-term application tests over 4 weeks, which offer you and your customer the greatest possible security. And we have this confirmed 5-star seal of approval for the Activise serum. We have received the rating excellent, which is the best rating you can get in any skin compatibility test, and of course, of which we are very proud of. Now I would like to show you how to incorporate the Activise serum into your daily care routine. You start in the morning and evening with cleaning your face, neck and décolleté with the cleansing lotion and the tonic. Then apply the Activise serum to the skin. To do this, take 2 pumps in the morning and evening, distribute it onto your fingertips and apply it to your face, neck and décolleté with gentle circular movements. Then you apply your 24-hour facial care cream forever, and you are welcome to combine this with our 3-minute lifting Ultimate Young to reduce fine lines and wrinkles instantly. With this care routine, you have perfectly taken care of your skin and enjoy results you can see, feel and experience. And with that, you are now ready to enjoy pure energy, power and infinite freshness for your skin with our Activise serum.
Love it. I love it. And it makes so much sense when it comes to our line, being able to synergistically have NTC with all of our products. What's great about the Activise serum is that you know what this is, right? This is my demo bag. All of our products work with our demo bag, and our demo bag is your way to show that your store is open. And when you meet with someone, when you combine the Activise with the Activise serum, why do we do that? Because of the NTC technology. When they use our products, they feel it at the cellular level. So that's one of the reasons why we say use, talk, demo. Use the product, right? Why? Because your personal testimony is important. You heard today, both Dr. Coonan and myself are using the products and enjoying our results. So of course, just like anything that you enjoy, you're going to share it. And we want to encourage you to share. That's why we say use talk. Talk means that you will share your testimony. Now the question is, how do you share your testimony? What's the best way to do this? Remember this. This is your tip on how to share your testimony. You always think about your background. People want to know who you are. You know, you've heard a lot about where I am, and for some of you, right? I'm a mom, a grandma. You heard that kind of stuff. You heard me talk about. I wanted to make sure that I had energy. So you talk about what your problem was, or what problem you had that ultimately PM International and our FitLine product solve. So then what happens is that's how you share your testimony, your background, your problem that you had, and how PM International with our FitLine to them how this made a difference. And then the last thing is, everywhere you go, make sure you have your demo bag and make sure you are prepared with all of the tools. That's what you see there. Our IB5, our Ultimate Young product, as well as our Activise serum and our Activise, and of course literature that you all received when you first got started with PM International. This is how you can see how you can ultimately grow your business and make this your year. And I want to tell you this, we have another great product that we launched just a couple of years ago, but this is a really nice product. I love our Dental Plus, because what happens with our Dental Plus, you can still feel the NTC technology. It actually has the new Microsoft technology in it that Dr. Coonan talked about. But I love that when you brush your teeth with this product, and this is another one of those 5+1 offer that we have available, it makes your teeth feel smooth, and it lasts, and it has a great taste to it. It's fluoride free, sulfite free, and as Anya was talking about the Activized Serum, you know what? We have tested it with Derma Plus, and we received another excellent rating. That's a 5-star rating in regards to this product. So again, you don't want to miss out on utilizing this product and sharing it with your team. This is the perfect time for you to be able to see it. The last thing I want to say is that when it comes to PM International, we're all about the environment, right? Not only when it comes to our products, when we talk about premium, but also in terms of our packaging. I want to share with you this quick video before I let you go on how we do that. Let me play this video. That's right. PM International is all about making the world a better place. I have one last product I want to talk to you about that Dr. Coonan talked a little bit about, and it has to do with beauty. Oh my goodness. This product is amazing. The reason why is because it tastes amazing, right? But it's beauty from the outside, right? And here's what happens. It works synergistically with all of our products when it comes to the beauty. And you can be able to see on it that it has vitamin E, zinc, as well as vitamin C. It works as an antioxidant, and it is optimizing our bioavailability, and it tastes amazing. Although it is sugar-free, I think it's because of all of those amazing those berries that is in there. I love this product. This gives you collagen throughout your whole body. What I mean by that, it is perfect for your hair, your nails, as well as your skin. It has high quality collagen peptides in it, and it's a combination of kiwi, pineapple, red orange, and black rice, which is perfect. So I want to encourage you to be able to use this product, and especially because it does have our reabsorption booster in it, that means it's going into the cellular level. So you can see that this product has multiple benefits. As I mentioned before, antioxidants for your hair, your skin, as well as your nails. Now remember, we want to encourage you to download the FitLine app. Why? Because the FitLine app, you will see tons of personal testimonies from people who've used our products. And right now, you should have that QR code on your screen so you can be able to go ahead and download that. But also you can be able to have, like what Dr. Coonan said, the calendar to tell you, to remind you of when they take your products. But I can tell you, like most of us who take it daily, you will not forget, especially as you begin to get those results that you need, which ultimately will help you to grow your business. And so I want to thank you all so much for being on the call. I want to encourage you to do this, which I talked a lot about, is use Talk Demo. Use your demo and spread the FitLine products. And remember, Dr. Coonan is coming up for our World Management Congress that's happening in June. In order to attend that, you need to be International Marketing Manager or above. And right now, tickets are available. They are on sale with a discount. They're only 99 euros, okay, that you pay toward that. So if you've not gotten your ticket, not only will you see Dr. Coonan again, as he has some new launch, right? But you'll all see our founder and CEO, Mr. Rolf Sohr. It's important to stay connected. Stay connected. That's why I want to encourage you, if you haven't, make sure that you mark your date for our upcoming Business Academy on April the 19th. You'll get a chance to meet Jessica, our new science, our new director of science will be there. That's happening again on April the 19th. It's a hybrid event, so we will be live in California. So stay tuned for information on that. And how do you find out all of the information? It is to stay connected. So right here, you're seeing the social media platforms for our PM International USA for Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp. WhatsApp is perfect because you'll get daily messages of things that are going on at PM International. And then also for Canada as well, I have that listed here. And Canada, oops, I got to go back, because in Canada, we actually set up a new WeChat where you can be able to answer questions as well. So I'll give you an opportunity to scan that QR code so you can stay connected. We'll make sure that on Monday, this is part of our communication that we send out by email. But now the last thing I want to say to all of you, get your products. And what we've launched is these amazing, when I say amazing, hats off to Diana and our marketing team for putting together these videos that you can use to help support your business. They're phenomenal. Take the moment, go ahead, pull up your phone. And if you're on your phone, you may want to tap the screen, because it should work that way, where you can see access to our YouTube channel, where we have listed trainings and information on all of our key products. So make sure that if you haven't downloaded this, go ahead, pull up your phone and scan that so you can be able to see what happens and how these products work. Remember that right now you have your chance to being able to do our 5+1 offers. Those specials are available in your back office. I want to make sure that I make a note that for the top shape, you get not 3, but you get up to 5. But I know that some of you will try to order more, so go for it. But 5, at least 5, you can be able to do that so you can transform not only your life, but other people's lives when they use these products. So I want to make sure that you are well aware of that. And I think that I'm looking at my list. I think that's all of what I have. I want to Thank you all so much for hanging out with us today. This has been a phenomenal event with a lot of great information. Make sure you don't miss out on those opportunities to get those specials. If you try to think that it's going to be available next week, no. It's only today. You have today and tomorrow by midnight. That's 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. After that, the specials will be gone. So thank you all so much. Thank you to our marketing team that is in the background right now, managing things. We're so grateful for you and all of your hard work. Natalie is there as well as Ava. We adore you, and we're so grateful for you being a part of the team. So take care, everyone, and have a great Saturday. Bye-bye.